Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's Sunday Q&A. 2026 starts with a whimper. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm finding it a real struggle to get going. Not just because I've been off for nearly 2 weeks and thinking, well, I can't really bother to go back to work. But why is it off? But more like it's just, and it does this every year. And I always say I'm not going to get concerned because it's just so slow to get going. A couple of days I managed to do 2 jobs, which normally I would want to do 2.5 jobs, do 2 jobs in the collection for the morning or try and get 3 in. But still 2 is fine. But then there's been days, Thursday I didn't get out at all. Could not get one on Wednesday. I finished on Wednesday, all day Wednesday, looking for the one Thursday morning, couldn't get one. And then I was waiting, and in the end it just wasn't really worth going out. Friday I got one out of Dunstable, which was nice going up to Grantham. That's a regular one I do. Couldn't get anything coming back from Grantham. Frustratingly, I have got a job out of Nottingham for one of my customers that needs to be picked up on Monday afternoon. And I went, Fred, is there no way I can pick this up on Friday afternoon and drop it off to you Monday morning? No, I can't do Monday. We've got a container going out and we've got no space until the container goes out. I'm like, okay. So I drove back empty and I cannot get anything going. I thought I don't need to go to Nottingham, but if I could get Derby or if I could get Leicester, some of the way up, and then I could cover the dead miles from Leicester to Nottingham because it's going back to Luton, which is around the corner. Nothing at the moment, so it's a bit of a worry, but hey, I always say I'm going to wait until Burns Night, and once Burns Night's out of the way, I always say it's like the 21st of January, and then you think, well, look, I normally say to Lisa, I normally say a lot of things, don't I? I say to Lisa, look, if it carries on like this, I'm going to start tramping because this is ridiculous, and round about the time I say that is round about the time everything springs into gear. So let's hope next week it springs into gear. Got me haggis and neeps and tatties for Sunday, for today. Today's Sunday, yeah. Saturday when I record it, yeah. So there's not a lot of comments this week. I did that one about bay tip versus forks, and I thought, well, maybe a few people have discussions about, but I think again, everyone's on the go slow after Christmas. But we have got quite a bit to focus on, which is to do with fuel prices. So because I'm recording this on Saturday, you'll get the coming fuel prices for the week. Because I'm eating White Van Man, put them in the comments. Thanks again for all your support, mate. And also, I've been Express Fuels. I like Express Fuels. I'm not affiliated with them, but I like the ethos. They were the people that, I think they used to be Drew Turner. And they rung me up and it's a long story, but long and short of it, I got in contact with them and we had a little discussion. He said, the thing is, we have been in the game a long time. He said, and we don't like the way that some fuel companies work in the fact that they try and charge you as much as they can. We think this is unethical. We just want to give you one good price. It might not be the best price, but it'd be a good price, which means it takes the hassle out of every week going, what's this? Like I say, if you go with them, you might be out slightly, but you'll never be charged over the top, and I like that. So anyway, but coming to it, first of all, this week's fuel prices. This is the week. Now this was from. So this would have been last week. This was White Van Man's from last week. Oh, you don't need to know about that. That was like last week. You were looking at round about 105. Yeah, next week will come. Well, okay. Yeah, last week it was way out. I could go into it, but there's no point because it was last week's. This week, what we got? This week I have got Express Fuels of 108.33, Watson's of 107.94, so they're 0.4 cheaper. That's what, like half a pence. Motia 108.09, so they're close, and UK Fuels 108.82. So everybody's around about the 108 mark this week. Watson's win again, but Express Fuels are you see what I mean? They might not give you the best price, but it's half a pence. So having said that, he's got in contact with me and he says, he got this thing on the go at the moment, and it's called a Prime card. I went, okay, what's that? He said, well, basically, he says, when you fill up, it fits into 3 different categories. You've got core, non-core, and prime. So presumably core is going to be like a bunker station. Non-core is going to be like a sort of a normal petrol station where you're driving down the street in your local village and there's a petrol station. And then there's prime. And he said if you can do the extra effort to get to a prime site, of which I think he said there was like 147 in the country, you'll get it cheaper still. I went, okay, fine. And so I Googled it, and round me, the closest prime sites are either Toddington Services or Watling Street, which are the 2 that I fill up on anyway. So I've just got to check. I've got to check on the motorway. There's things like, will BP services come as a prime site? But it's a UK fuels card, so probably not, because I think BP only take BP cards. But that's not to say that somewhere like maybe Watford Gap, which I think is a BP, but might have a UK fuels card, I'm not sure. But I've got to work it out. Or there's Leicester, I think, as well. Any of the welcome breaks are UK fuels. So I've got to work out which, he's going to send me one anyway, and I'll work out the price. But I'll be in contact. I am going to do a video, just for the sake of them. I mean, I say I'm not affiliated with them. I think they sent me a bottle of champagne and some chocolates at Christmas. He said to me, how was the hamper? I went, hamper? He said, I told him to send you a hamper. I went, no, I got a bottle of champagne and some chocolates, which was lovely. Molly took the champagne away because she was going to some mate's party, and Lisa ate the chocolates. That's life, isn't it? But yeah, I'm going to do a video on the prime card thing as soon as I figure it out. I do this thing. I'm trying to compile a list of people I use, which is obviously the courier exchange, who we all know are screamingly expensive, but then you get what you pay for, and they are very good. I use Insurance Revolution for my insurance. I've used them in the past. They paid out twice. They're very good. They're really capable people. I use Brew Mugs, which is over there, for me flasks. And I use all kinds of fuel cards. I use Watson's, I use Motia, I use UK Fuels, and I use Express Fuels. I just like the people at Express Fuels. So what I'm trying to do is compile on the website, which if you go petethehxtrucker.com or just type in Peter the Trucker into Google, it should take you to the website, and then you can use the people I use. The thing is, I've done it in the past where people have come up to me and gone, we're a great tyre firm, we're a great windscreen firm, and I don't check and go, good, fine, you seem like a really nice guy, I'll make you a video. And then it turns out that actually they're not that great, and you go, oh, okay. So what makes more sense for me is to tell you the people I use, because I know they're good, and then you can use them and you can go, thanks. Alternatively, you might, and if anyone wants to recommend anybody, I'll have a look at it, but to be honest with you, it's largely pointless because I can't be bothered because I'm remarkably lazy. So, so that's it. So I'll do the video on that. But in the meantime, if you want the exchange, I get a couple of them I do get a kickback on. Insurance Revolution, I get a kickback on, and now theoretically the exchange I'll get a kickback on, but we'll see. But if you want to join, go to the website, click the link, you'll get an extra month for free, you'll get a cheaper quote, and I'll get a nice cup of coffee. Lovely, very nice, very Wallace and Gromit, Wensleydale. So, what we're going to do on the miscellaneous this week, on the Wise Guys, Phil the Van says, he says, do you know how to operate the interior light on a De Hollander? I have had the van a few months and it's a mystery to me where the switch is. Anyone have a clue on how to unjam the tailgate on the De Hollander? Full closure, I believe the electric motor, and it drives and change side to side. Where do you get the parts from? And are they maintenance or aftermarket parts? Now, firstly, the interior light on a De Hollander, I can't work that one out at all because it's a tail lift. Do you mean the interior light in the van? If it's the interior light in the van, get a mechanic and find out, go, how does the interior light? Chances are that they don't work, none of them work. It's a broken wire somewhere. As for the tail lift, what I recommend you do, and you're supposed to do this every 6 months anyway to get your Lola certificate, just get a tail lift engineer. Google it, there'll be one, and they'll come out and they'll look at it and they'll say, your motor's gone, or, oh, it's seized, or that, and they'll fix it for you. But if anybody knows anything better, anyone knows anything about the rear interior light on a De Hollander, let us know and I'll let Phil know. But as for me, I'm a little bit in the dark on that one. Miscellaneous this week, Alex Savas says he enjoyed a video. He said, I should invest in an electric pump truck. He says, we run the EP F4 and we are very happy. Every day we run tiles and heavy materials, no worries about pulling and pushing. The only problem with that is there's a few problems. Firstly, they're expensive. They're about, what, £1.5 grand? I might even be dearer. I think they might be like £1,200 on eBay. When I was in air business, and this bloke said, you want to get an electric pump truck? He said he knew me from the exchange. We started talking from the videos. And he said, you want to get one of these? They're brilliant, change your life. And he Googled it, went, that's well cheap at the moment. He said, that's £1,240 brand new. And that's the super duper one. You want it, it's normally like 700 quid for the battery. And you're like, oh, okay, fine, fair enough. A few difficulties. Firstly, they're heavy. They're not that heavy, but they're heavier. So that's going to reduce my payload. Secondly, and this is the main one, I have got 16 pallet spaces on my van, on my lorry. I can get 16 pallets on at a push. You have to kind of turn the pallet truck on its sides and squeeze it in the middle and load it slightly sideways, but you can get 16 pallets on and a pump truck, or you can put the pump truck on top. If I get an electric pump truck, I lose 1 to 2 pallet spaces. So it's like, I'm going to get that job when I get the electric pump truck, and I've got to take that job. It's bright and Luton, fantastic. 16 pallets can't do it. And the other main reason, I don't use pump trucks that often. I've actively started to try to avoid jobs which I know. You know when you look at the job and it says, oh, you look at, that's all right. That's I'm in Milton Keynes. That's going to Snowbins. That's all right. Hang on a second. It's like needs 7.5 ton, 2 pallets, 2 ton, must have a tail lift and pump truck. Oh, I've done a pallet line. Yeah, I know that. That is basically, that's two pallets for the pea shingle, or tiles or bricks that are going to be picked up from loaded with the forks on the centre, and then when you get there, it's going to be a residential address where you're going to have to get it off on the driveway and drag it up their pebble dash driveway. And the other thing about electric pump trucks is they do well inside, but outside I've heard that the shelf life on them isn't brilliant. You know, like within a half a year or a year, they're going to start to break down because they're not really designed for going across sort of curbs and stuff like that. So I do appreciate what you say, and it would be lovely to have that extra sort of ease. But for the amount I use it, if I was doing it all day, every day, if all my jobs were sort of like multi-drop, sort of 8 drops residential, I'd have one. But for the amount I use it, I think I'm just going to stick with my Mickey Mouse. It's all right, mate. I can pump it to the side of the curtain so you can get it off easier pump truck. I use a firm in Milton Keynes, by the way, for that. They're about 230 quid, and you can actually go and get them. And, they're on site. Maybe I should contact them, because they're the people I use, and I can put them on the website. And again, I don't necessarily get anything out of this. It's like the channel. It's there to help people. So you've got 2 options, haven't you? You can either say to people, where'd you get your pump trucks, Peter? Well, I'm not telling you because they don't pay me, so I'm not going to tell you. Or you can go, I get them from this firm in Milton Keynes and help somebody. It sort of, do I get anything out of it? No. Well, yeah, satisfaction. Yeah, maybe I should contact them next time I'm in. And finally this week, Jack, who says, because he's had this thing about getting your keys locked in your lorry while it's driving. He said one of the DAFs I was driving locked itself with the engine running. Yeah, I do. You can happy. And lucky all the windows were closed as well, so I couldn't get in. I just jumped out to adjust the mirror, exactly as your mechanic said. The spare key came after 2 hours. It's that thing. Be careful. And I still do it sometimes. I jump out, go to see shut the door, go to see the fork truck driver. All right, what's going on? Go back, open the door, and see my keys sitting in the ignition. And every time I think, should have stuck them in my pocket. I mean, even if the window's open a crack, there used to be able to do a thing. Anyone remember the thing where you get the coat hanger and you twist the coat hanger, you go like that? You know when you used to have the little clicky button and you can go in past the window along and go dunk, because we used to do that all the time. I was forever shot at locking my keys in the LT35 Volkswagen van when I was a young market trader, because I was young and just feckless. But you just go, hang on, anyone got a coat hanger? And then we stopped doing it because the people stopped using metal coat hangers and started using plastic ones, so you couldn't get in anymore. So you got a bit more clever. After it took 20 minutes to find a coat hanger, I thought, I'm not playing this game anymore. So that's this week's Q&A. Like I say, I do some stuff on the fuel cards. see if we can get us up and running, and let's just hope that it picks up a bit. The one thing I will say is it now, according to my watch, it says it gets lighter at 8 o'clock in the morning, but from about 7 o'clock, we're seeing a little bit of daylight. It's a little tiny bit of life seeping in. The longer the day, the longer the daylight, the more chance you'll have to get more jobs in, I think. So onwards and upwards, taking care, take your money.